Middle Tennessee State and Liberty. We've got Liberty here, 19.5-point home favorites, 58 the total in this game. I like the over here between these two teams. I think for Liberty, you look at it, they've had some offensive performances that would leave you scratching your head a little bit, because you would think this offense loaded for bear after what we saw last year. But they've had a couple of games where they just didn't fully click. The Troy game, they won and covered on the road, but the offense was kind of up and down. Of course, Syracuse, they struggled for pretty much the entire first half before they got things going. But they eventually did. Unfortunately, they still fell short, 24-21. And then last week was a breakout game, and this is what Liberty's offense is capable of doing. That was a very good UAB defense that they played last week, and they still ended up putting up a 544 spot in terms of total yards on the board in that victory. The run game was highly successful. Malik Willis was dynamic, running with the football. And in fact, Hugh Freeze, the head coach of Liberty, was trying to implore his quarterback, try to run the football more than you currently do. I think he was trying to become more of a pocket passer, and I think he had a couple of games there where he had forgotten that, hey, he can run with the football as good as any quarterback, and they finally did that last week against a very good UAB defense. I was very impressed with Liberty offensively. It was one of their best offensive performances of the year, and I think they'll probably be able to keep that up here. We're not seeing a whole lot of defense lately from Middle Tennessee. I mean, Virginia Tech with a plodding offense, a methodical offense, not exactly explosive offense, put up 35 against this Middle Tennessee defense. UTSA put up 27 and a bunch of yards against them. 42 points allowed to Charlotte by the Blue Raiders a couple weeks ago. And yeah, they beat Marshall outright as underdogs last week, but defense again giving up some big plays. The good news for Middle Tennessee, and that's why I like the over here, they have found themselves a quarterback. All this concern that, Bailey Hockman, the NC State transfer, is leaving the program, and what are we going to do at the quarterback spot? Well, they've proven in the last couple games they're going to be just fine at quarterback with Chase Cunningham. He's been terrific for Middle Tennessee in these two games against Marshall and Charlotte. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, 64.8% completions in the last two games. 7 touchdowns, 1 interception in the last two games, and over almost 500 passing yards through the air for Chase Cunningham in these two games since he's taken over at the quarterback spot. I'm with you, G. Martinez. He sure looks like a better quarterback to me than Bailey Hockman was. And look, maybe people got enamored with Bailey Hockman because, wow, and that's always the way it works. You bring in a guy from a Power 5 program, a Power 5 school, and you automatically assume he's going to be good. And it doesn't always work that way. We've seen multiple examples of this. Look at Jake Bentley. He went from South Carolina to Utah, South Alabama, and he's still struggling to find consistency. Just because he's dropping down from Power 5 to a Group of 5 school doesn't necessarily mean he's automatically going to play well. And I think we found that out with Bailey Hockman. So I think Liberty will move the ball against this pretty suspect Middle Tennessee State defense. And on the flip side, I think they found something offensively here. And Liberty's defense is pretty good, but I think Middle Tennessee can move the ball enough. I like over 58 here. Not involved in the side in this game, but I like the over a little bit here, 58. And we also get to take advantage of the fact that Liberty's been going under the total a little bit this year. In fact, only one of their games has gone over the total. That was the Old Dominion game. Syracuse, though, they've been dealing with issues offensively all season and last year. UAB is down to a backup quarterback because Tyler Johnston's out. So they got a favorable matchup, Liberty, against an offense with some issues. I think they're going to be in for a little bit of a tougher test, that Liberty defense here, with a Middle Tennessee offense that has shown me something the last couple of weeks with Chase Cunningham at quarterback, who, to me, at least right now, looks like an upgrade from Bailey Hockman. So I like the over. I think it's a devalued total now because Liberty's played some unders, and I think you'll get that game to be a little high scoring. We've got Conor Mack with us again. Conor, talking about the last two games, Georgia Tech, Duke, and this one, Middle Tennessee, Liberty.
I have nothing, Georgia Tech, Duke. These teams, I want nothing to do with that one real quick. Georgia Tech, wow, what the hell was that? And Duke's just horrible. But, yeah, this Middle Tennessee State Liberty, I'm with you. I lean the over a little. I don't think Middle Tennessee's defense is very good. We talked about, I thought, at home, Marshall, one of those teams, never on the road, even when they're good, laying 10, 11 points, now, they go there, Middle Tennessee beats them. So I lean the points a little bit with Middle Tennessee, and I'm a Liberty guy. I've been backed them a ton. So have you the last couple of years with Malik Willis, but it's gone up, came out at 16, 7, it's up to 19 and a half. I don't know if it gets to that 21. It might stay here right at 19 and a half, 20. But I lean a little bit with Middle Tennessee and the points. And yeah, I'm with you. I lean over a tad bit in this one, over 58.